Good morning, God. Thank you for my health, my family, my friends, and a roof over my head. Please continue to bless me and use me as your hands and feet as you see fit along my path for your purpose and your glory. Please keep cancer away from both of my friends, away from me, away from the whole wide world. Please annihilate greed, corruption, disease, and evil from this world. Walker. Walker. Hi. Walker says hi. If you hear licking, it's him. Please house the homeless. Please feed the hungry. Please end depression. Please end suffering. Please end broken hearts. I shouldn't say end. Please heal depression. Please heal suffering. Please heal broken hearts. Please reunite us with our soul tribe, our soul family, our soulmates if we're seeking it. Please give everyone safe travels. Please restore electricity to people in Indiana who've been without power for like 10 days. I've had a very interesting few days. Yesterday, the person at my new job, the manager, a few days ago had messaged me my schedule. They texted it to me. And I was supposed to go in yesterday evening to serve, to be a waitress. And I get there yesterday, and I'm not even there for 1 minute. And the owner is like, "You were not scheduled today." And I was like, "Well, the manager said I was." And I showed her, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." But I ended up having to leave. And so I was not happy about that. And I was like, well, I need to make money somehow. And luckily the plasma place was still open. So I went to the plasma place. My left arm is the arm they normally draw plasma from because my vein is better on that side. And my left arm still had a bruise. So they were able to actually get the vein on my right side. They normally, I think it's been twice now, they couldn't. But they actually were able to take from my right vein, my right arm. And so I had a little bit of money for groceries, which was nice. And I'm very thankful that I live very, very close to where I work, because if I would have drove all the way to town to go into work and they said no, I'm not even sure if I would have had enough gas to get home. So I'm very grateful for that, very blessed. And I am also a notary public. I have a cleaning business that I've had a couple of cancellations on. So I haven't actually cleaned houses under my business yet, even though I've cleaned lots of houses in my life for people. So I have all these things going on, and then I'm still looking for another full-time job, right? And I'm working on trying to start a company. With my son. And we have a business plan and everything, but I have to pay my bills, right? I do. So I'm trying to make ends meet, and that's good. And generationally, I see things all the time, right? But for whatever reason, someone out here needs to hear this because it came to me this morning. So I woke up and it's thunderstorming here pretty well. Like the thunder actually woke me up. And I'm still taking care of Walker. And I went to go make breakfast, which I barely ever eat breakfast, right? But I was like, I need something in my life. And so I went to go make breakfast, but the dishes are clean, but they're not put away. So I went to go put the dishes away from the dishwasher, right? And I'm also dishwashing at the place where I'm serving. And it's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. And if you've ever dishwashed at places, you know that it's disgusting. And so what I will say is this. So when you are dishwashing, it's like a food safety thing where you have to run the silverware 3 times, right? In the industrial dishwasher. And even sometimes after the 3rd time, you might get one of the forks out of the whole big load and it still has stuff on it and you got to rerun it through, right? And that happened here. So in the dishwasher here, there was a fork that was still dirty and I was like, oh, gross. So rather than put it back in the dishwasher the way it was, I always put those in the sink and then actually clean them with like a dish brush, like manually wash it and then put it in the dishwasher so we're sanitizing, right? Even though most of the time here I'm pretty lazy about dishes and I don't pre-rinse my dishes. A lot of people do. I don't. I scrape my plate off really well and I might actually rinse it, but I'm not pre-washing my dishes. I've seen a lot of people pre-wash their dishes. And it's just a funny thing. I really would like to buy the home that I'm in, right? There are things when I look around, if I were to buy this home, if I were able to buy this home in the near future, you know, there's some things like some paint, some drywall, some things, right? But what I realize is that I'm fairly certain a lot more things would have to be done to this home post-inspection, okay? And it reminded me of my past. And so in my prior relationship, the marriage that I had just left, I want to say I spent about $3,000 on appliances, okay? I ended up buying an LG stove, and it was a gas range, and it had the really heavy duty grates on top of it, and it had an air fryer built in, right? And that was a stainless steel. And then I bought a stainless steel hood that matched. And then I bought a stainless steel microwave that matched. And then I bought a stainless steel side-by-side refrigerator that I absolutely loved. So that matched. And then I bought a brand new Maytag dishwasher, so that matched, and it was stainless steel. The difference is that when I opted to buy that dishwasher, I made sure that the inside of it was stainless steel also. Most of the time in dishwashers, you have it's just plastic, right? When you get the inside of it that is stainless steel, the difference is that your dishes will come out cleaner because everything gets hotter, right? And so I spent extra money on that dishwasher. And when I went and bought appliances, I ended up buying a washer and dryer that were both not the front load kind. It wasn't a front load. It was a top load. So it was an old-fashioned one with the agitator built into it, right? So it gets your clothes cleaner and you don't have to use that like the washing machine cleaner all the time, and you don't have that seal that builds up that like stinkity situation where you have to clean that out all the time, right? And I absolutely loved it. And the dryer was Maytag as well. So I bought like Maytag dishwasher, Maytag washer, Maytag dryer. And I'm not promoting a brand. I'm just saying that like the dishwasher had the inside that was stainless steel, which was a harder to find model at the time. And this was probably, I don't know, 2022, I want to say. Maybe 2023. And the air fryer stove was a huge deal to me. I absolutely loved that. It was like awesome to put stuff in the air fryer portion of it, still use the same stove, not have to have a separate appliance, and then like have it be done in 12 minutes versus 20, you know, for like tater tots or whatever. Yeah? Okay. So I thought about that. And when I left my prior relationship, I left with barely anything. And of course, I didn't get the appliances and I didn't get anything out of this divorce other than heartache, headaches, trauma, and almost homelessness because the insurance got yanked off my vehicle too soon on a prepaid policy, right? So my ex-husband really benefited, but here's the premise of it all. I spent like $3,000 on these appliances, and I settled out of pocket for $500 for all of the appliances with my ex-husband, okay? And that $500 went for buying Christmas gifts for my family while I was working full-time last year, okay? So anyways, I thought about it this morning. I thought, boy, I would love to have that stainless steel dishwasher here. And so if I were to buy this place, I would need to buy new appliances eventually, right? And I would want them all to match, and I would probably buy this same exact things, except there's an all-in-one washer dryer unit now that you can get, and that would probably be the thing I would get, okay? And I was thinking about my dishwashing job. And I was thinking about how blessed I am to be where I'm at. And I was thinking about the lessons people have taught me in my life, right? And my greatest teachers have been the ones that have hurt me the most, which isn't what we want in life, but that's sometimes what we get, right? And for a flash of a second, while I was thinking about the dishwasher that I had bought at my old place, and all the dishwashers I've ever had, that was the nicest one I've ever had. And I thought, boy, I can't wait to buy a new dishwasher for whatever home I end up in, right? Because I'm sure they have more new innovations now, yeah. And just appliances in general. I get excited about things like this, and appliances and cabinets and like all these things. And like I said, I can only hope that I could do that again and get new, great appliances. And then I thought about the dishwasher. And then I thought about how in my old relationship, when I had bought this new dishwasher, I used to get screamed at about how I would load the dishwasher, when I was the one pretty much 99.9% of the time doing all the dishes when everyone came over, and we would have a house full of people. I would be the one doing all the dishes, right? And that dishwasher, it didn't matter if you had peanut butter on a knife. It didn't matter what you had. Basically, you would throw it in there as it was. It would clean everything, and everything was spotless, and I never had any issues, any buildup, any disgustingness, okay? But it didn't matter because I had a person screaming at me about how the dishwasher was supposed to be loaded when they weren't even doing the dishes anyway. And I've learned so much from that, right? And now that I'm dishwashing, part of the time that I'm at this new place that I'm working, where I'm also waitressing, and that's what I want to do because that's where you would make the most cash money quicker, right? As a waitress, when people actually pay cash. Most of the time it's on charge cards that they're tipping. But it's nice to bring home like $20 or something in cash in your pocket at the end of a day, right? Or whatever it is that you make. And I'm excited to learn bartending more, right? So I'm excited about all these things. And I know the basics, right? I know basic drinks and stuff, but I'm excited to learn, like, they have fancy little bucket punches and things, where you get like a plastic bucket and you order a fancy thing, and it is layered and it's pretty, and it has like a umbrella on it and a little toothpick with cherries and all the things, yeah? I don't know how to do those things yet, right? I can make your basic stuff, but I don't know all the fancy stuff that they do that is like restaurant specific with their little punches and their little buckets. And I can't wait till the day where I can afford to buy one of these little bucket drinks for me and my son, because I'm very excited about all these things. And, but it's funny. So I used to get yelled at about the way loading dishes is, right? And I come to this place and everyone is so nice here, and they've really adopted me into this, workplace. And I think it's because they saw, so I'm a heavier lady. And I'm 46 years old, so I'm not like, an 18-year-old that can run around all the time. But My first night of waitressing, they were very impressed. And I haven't waitressed in 20 some odd years. I haven't waitressed since my kids were babies, right? And anyway, I'm learning the dishwashing routine, yeah? And it's not a hard job, obviously. It's a gross job. It's not a job that everyone wants to do. It's not glamorous. And they've also taught me how to make pizzas in the kitchen, which is very exciting.